Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and welcome to Mail Monday, a series that's not so much about the gameplay, but instead is about your letters and my answer to them. Let's get started. I'm probably one of your oldest subscribers, so thankfully for me, sad for you, this question has nothing to do with sex. I'm married, 27-year-old with a 3-year-old son, and we're looking to move from Alabama to Colorado. We visited Colorado Springs last year and fell in love with the area. I have a BS in IT, which is a university degree for you, like international guys. I don't know how that translates. I have a BS in IT, and there aren't that many computer IT jobs in this area, especially ones that pay more than a bank teller. I've lived in Alabama all my life, so I have zero experience trying to find a job out of state or moving long distances. I've contacted several companies in Colorado, but there seems to be little interest in hiring someone from out of state if there's a local with a similar skill set. Any advice on how to go about this? Is this something where we need to take a leap of faith, move out there, and then secure employment? You can use this for Mail Monday if you like, but I'd appreciate a reply. Thanks for listening, reading. P.S. Beat the ever-loving shit out of that obviously Jesus guy. Yeah. Film it and put it on your channel. I would have, but he's running away, and I will allow him to do that because that's bullying, right? So you let a guy go when he's trying to get out of the fight. Back to your topic. Man, this is such a challenge, right? Like, I want you to be happy. You fell in love with an area and you want to move there. I love that idea. I've been through a similar thing myself. There was a time I was working an IT job and my company did layoffs. Now, they didn't lay me off, but in my, arrogant little head, I was thinking to myself, you know what? Woody, you are in the top 10% of like IT employees, and this is not a company that's in the top 10% of places to work. They don't deserve you. So I bought this map of the country, and my wife and I looked at it, and we decided that we wanted to live in the best place in the country. The U.S. is our favorite country. That we wanted to live in the best place in our country and work for the best company there. So this was like 99-ish, and we were like, all right, we'll work for Cisco, which is where I eventually got hired. I worked for Red Hat. Linux was like super hot at the time. And I was willing to work for Dell, which was also, super hot at the time. And these were the companies that I deemed like worthy of working at that had headquarters or at least significant presences in good places to be. That was my little experience. And I think that yours is about the same, right? You look around and you're like, you know what? This place just doesn't fit me anymore. I need to upgrade. That's, I think, what's going on in your head. But you've got a family, right? You've got not just a wife, but a wife and kids. And having no money is incredibly stressful. Well, I remember when I was a kid, my father told me that when hunger comes in the door, love goes out the window. I didn't quite get what that meant at the time, right? I was, what? Out the window? What's the significance of window versus door? Whatever. The point that he was trying to make when hunger comes in the door, love goes out the window, is that, when you're broke, it stresses a marriage. That's just the deal. And I'm afraid that if the two of you move out to, lovely Colorado Springs, which I've also heard is a fantastic place to live, that it's, you're going to go there. It's going to be fantastic and exciting for 3 days, 1 week, whatever. But there's going to be this shadow of doubt. There's going to be this stress thing going on there in that you don't have a job yet. And you guys don't have any, I assume you don't have big savings, to go into this thing. So, I think you got to keep doing what you're doing. If you wanted to expedite the move, then one thing you could do is settle for less of a job, right? Anything that pays a living wage, get out there and find another job once you're on your feet. That's one option that would speed things up a bit. I just don't like the idea of moving without a place lined up for a family man. You know this as well as I do, right? You're 27 years old and you've got a 3-year-old. That suddenly making sure that your family succeeds, that these guys have every opportunity in life that they need becomes your overwhelming priority. That's the name of the game over there. And I'm afraid that it has a big impact on you, right? You can feel down about yourself if you're not getting employed. When you go for a job interview and they don't pick you, I know what that's like. It's like, they've just determined that you're not worthy as like a human almost. And it's a tough time right now to make a move like this. If this were the .com boom and you were there looking for an IT job, my advice might be different. But today, right now, I think you got to take any job that'll fit you, any job that'll support you, move to the area you want to be, and then upgrade from there. Anything else is just not putting family first. And, I went through a similar thing recently. I had to make sure that this YouTube thing could give a reliable living wage before I made a career switch. And that's what I did. So good luck to you. I hope that it works out. But I don't think you can just ditch your job and live your dream when you've got responsibilities like this. It's part of the deal. There are lots of great things that families give back, but the obvious thing they take away is the ability to be irresponsible. All right, Woody, here's my question. Warning, a 13-year-old is about to talk to you about his penis. This morning I woke up like anyone else does, and then I go to the bathroom because I need to pee. So I just start peeing regularly and there's no problems, and then I look down. There's like an inflated part at the top of my penis. If you really need to know, at the middle top around the urethra at the bottom. That's the hole, the urethra. I have no idea what happened or what caused it, but I really do not want to tell my mother my father is dead. So I don't want to see a doctor for at least a week unless you say so. And I don't want to tell my friends because they'll be like, bro, what the F is wrong with you? Get the F away. You know how junior high is these days. So somehow I end up telling somebody over the internet for help with a very personal problem. Please help, Woody. All right, so the first thing I want you to know is my knee-jerk reaction on this was just to run the other way. It was like, look, this is a young guy talking to me about his penis. There's a whole pedo issue here. But as I thought about it a little bit more, it was like, no, Woody, you're being scared, and don't do that. This is a 13-year-old with a medical issue that he's fearful of, whose father has passed away, and he's coming to you for a hand. Don't back away from this question because you're scared. Help the kid. So let's do this. All right, I'm not a doctor, and I'm really cautious about giving out medical advice. I get requests for it a lot, but so what I did is this. I looked at what the scariest things that it could be look like, and it doesn't present like that. I looked at some of the things it was likely to be, and they weren't that serious. And mostly people were saying, you either have an infection of some sort, or, and by the way, if you're uncircumcised, you didn't mention that, it's more likely to be that, or you have an allergy of some sort. So assuming that you didn't change laundry detergents or anything like that, and just give it 2 days. Give it 2 days. Keep the area clean. I don't know. Change your underwear after school to keep things like extra fresh, and see how it goes. If it's looking better in 2 days, this is substantially better, then I think you're good to go. If not, you need to go to a doctor. Now let's talk about that a little bit. You, at 13 years old, can have an expectation of privacy with your mother. Absolutely, right? If you were 7, maybe things would be different. Maybe they'd want to check it out or something like that. But I have a daughter who's 12 years old. And this is a weird thing to talk about. But like, dude, if my 12-year-old daughter came to me and said, like, Dad, I need to see a doctor. I've got, issues with my vagina that have me concerned. I would not say, all right, girl, spread them. Let's see what you got. No. No, that's not in a million years would that be how it goes down. Instead, we'd set up an appointment. I'd let her talk to the doctor, schedule something, and I'd take her. And I would not be in the same room. I would not have any expectation of seeing it or whatever. I think I'd just get the diagnosis and we'd roll on and everything would be good. You can expect the same sort of like respect and privacy from your mother. If you just tell her like, look, it's been here for a few days and I think it's time to see somebody about this, then she should take you and she shouldn't be giggling at you and everything should be okay. So anyway, just to sum this up, keep it clean. If it's sort of an infection, if it's an infection of some sort, it should get better in 2 days, noticeably better. If it doesn't, tell your mom you want to see a doctor and that you expect her to respect your privacy. I'm a freshman in high school and I've been hanging out with this group of guys since 6th grade. They're probably the coolest guys I know. I haven't had any trouble with them over 6 years of knowing them. But recently we all went to one of our houses and we hung out. During that time, all they did was pick on me. Everything I said, they would come back with something offensive. I didn't do anything to any of them. I don't know why they're being assholes. I have no clue what to do. Would you please help me? Here's the deal, and I keyed in on this, they're probably the coolest guys I know thing. Nobody is just lucky to be around people who don't treat you well, right? Screw guys like that. Now you need to figure out, this is your job, whether or not these are people who are just goofing around and maybe you were more sensitive than they thought you were, or whether or not these guys are actually jerks who are not worthy of your time. And don't kid yourself, right? Be honest with yourself. If this was just a one-time thing where they were insensitive in ways that they didn't know they were being insensitive, then that's cool. However, If they are actual jerks who think that they can put you down because for whatever reason they don't see you like they once did, or who knows, then it's time to drop them and find friends who will treat you right. If you surround yourself with people who want the best for you, if you surround yourself with people who want you to succeed and then you reciprocate that, then you're going to be much happier than you are surrounded by a couple of jerks. All right, I'm going to do another Mail Monday, actually, because there was a letter it's important to me to work in. But here's two videos that you may have missed. The top one is Save Major League Gaming Call of Duty. And I recognize there's more to MLG than just COD. But there are two features they really need. If you guys could go there, show your support, hear me out. And, I don't know, it's a good video. It got really highly rated. A lot of people liked it, so you might like it too. The bottom one is Woody versus Obviously Jesus Round 2. It ends with a rap song. You don't want to miss that. A short thing. Don't let me oversell it. But it was fun.